Alright, hello and good afternoon everybody. This is the Three Goats Podcast. We have a very special guest with us today, Les EDWINS.
Alright, hi everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
We'll just start off by saying how everybody's day is going so far. So my day is going pretty well.
Oh, my day is wonderful. I like to keep my days wonderful.
Cool.
Mine's good, kind of cold outside.
It sure is.
Yeah, it is kind of cold. My day is going good also.
Wonderful.
Yeah, my day is also going good. You know, the little rain is, doing it too. But like, yeah, I don't like being cold. But like, it's doing good
I
so
know.
far.
But you look like you're doing great. Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I really like rain, but only when I'm inside.
Yeah.
Right.
Not when I'm
Exactly.
outside.
Yeah.
I like staying cozy. So, should we start off with questions, Brian?
I feel like you should introduce yourself. before.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll give a nice introduction of ourselves. You wanna talk about it?
Let's have the whole
Let's have
start,
the whole
Riley.
start.
Oh yeah, and I'm hosting today. Miley's hosting today. That's correct. Introduce myself. My name is Miley, of course. I love music and I love sweets. Oh, and animals and seals.
Wow.
Okay. My name is Janaya. I'm a TikToker. I'm an influencer. My favorite color is pink and yellow. And yeah, when I grow up, I want to be like a nurse and go into also real estate.
That's wonderful.
Thank
Wow.
you.
My name is Savion, and my favorite color is green. And what I want to do when I grow up is I'll probably do forensic, and if not,
Good call.
I'm not.
No, because that was not the original
No,
answer.
I would do forensic, and if that doesn't go, I'll probably be a construction worker.
That's great. Wow.
My name is Nari. My favorite color is purple. And when I grow up, I don't know yet, but probably track with my husband.
That's great.
Okay.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful.
Introduce yourself, please.
My name is Les EDWINS. I come from a family band of musicians. I'm also a drummer / songwriter / producer and all the above.
Yeah, that is very, very good. I don't really give a introduction. My favorite color is purple.
Nice.
My favorite color is purple, and my dream career is forensic psychology.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right.
No, but I'm gonna.
I think you both are going to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you both going to do that. Might be working for the same company, huh?
hope so.
Wow.
Okay, Miley, you want to start? You want me to start off with the questions?
Yeah, you can start off.
Okay. What school did you go to?
Well, I went to a little elementary school in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. It was called
Oh.
First Ward. Okay,
Okay.
and that's where I'm actually from, Pennsylvania. So
Oh.
my elementary school was way back east there. First Ward,
First word.
yes.
Okay, no, say that.
My question is, when did you start in music?
Well, excuse me. Well, because my family is all musicians, my dad, my mom. My dad goes by the name of Chuck Edwards. And he is very, very well known in the Pennsylvania area. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania had a big song called Bullfight. And my mom sings, and we were surrounded, me and my brothers, I have 3 brothers and 1 sister, and we were all surrounded by music. So our dad, started rehearsing me and the boys, me and my brothers. And we were very young. I mean, I was like, when I decided that I wanted to be a drummer, which is what I am, I used to beat up my mom's pots and pans. And so she could never make a cake. She could never make a cake because all the cake pans were lumpy. You know what I'm saying? So when she put the cake batter in there and she flipped the cake up, when it's done, it was all lumpy on the bottom. And that's when they knew that they had a drummer, So my mom and dad bought me a toy set of drums. And after I beat those things up because they were toy drums, the drum heads were like paper, so I just tore them up, right? So they end up saying, hey, you know what? We got to get this little boy a real set of drums. So they got me a real set of drums. And then my brothers eventually got guitars and bass. And then my brother Ron, my oldest brother Ron, my brothers are Myron Edwins, Jeff Edwins, and Ron Edwins. And they all decided, you know, they want to play music too. So they got guitars, bass, and keyboards. And then our dad started rehearsing us. And that's how we got into this whole music thing. It was our dad, you know? And then me and my brothers would go out with our little instruments and stuff, and we would go around the neighborhood to the Hofbräus is what we call them, okay? Hofbräus. And we would go there and we would play music for, you know, all the patrons and stuff, and the customers, and they would give us tips. We make like $2 or something like that. We were rich. You know, we were rich. I mean, back in those days, $2 was like, you can go buy a candy bar for 2 cents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's how it all started, you know, and then we just rehearsed with our dad, and then my dad, when I was 6 years old, my dad had a blues band, blues, jazz, funk, you know, and he was playing around the Pittsburgh area. And his drummer got sick, and I was 6 years old. So my dad came to me and said, hey son, I'm gonna have to use you on the gig tonight. And I was like, oh my God, you know, you talk about the fear of just being scared. I mean, you know, and these guys were like 21, 22, but to me, they were like old men.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, oh, I'm scared, you know. So my dad took me to this gig, and I actually ended up playing drums my very first gig at 6 years old.
Wow.
At this club. And then during the break time, because these were adults, I had to go in the kitchen. And I was cool with that because back east, a lot of the clubs, they have kitchens and they cook food and stuff. So there were some ladies back there cooking chicken and, you know, greens and all this other kind of stuff. And I was happy as a clam because I got to eat the whole time. And I was like, I'm fine with that. Y'all can keep me back here in the kitchen so I can eat. So that's how things got started.
Yeah. It's just running the family, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely.
What genre was your music?
R&B, R&B, old school. You know, R&B old school is what started everything that you listen to today. There's not a lot of artists out there that don't use old school in their songs. That's why they call it sampling. As a matter of fact, my brother Myron wrote a song. We did an album in 1976, I believe it was, called The Street Things. And on that album is a song called You're the One for Me, written by my brother Myron Edwins, and released by our group. We used to be called the Edwards Generation. Remember I told you my dad went by the name of Chuck Edwards? Well, we used the stage name instead of Edwins. We used Edwards. And we had a group called the Edwards Generation. And we put out this album, Street Thing. And on that album with the song You're the One for Me, that was just sampled by Dr. Dre. And it's called ETA. You can look it up. ETA by Dr. Dre featuring Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, and Anderson .Paak. And it's for the Grand Theft Auto 5 game. And that song that they're using is our song called You're the One for Me. And so if you look up the Edwards Generation on YouTube and look at the song You're the One for Me, and then you listen to Dr. Dre's ETA, you'll hear our song. And it's been sampled by about 11 different people. Anderson .Paak sampled it with a guy named Knowledge, who's a rapper. We got Kenny Mason, he just sampled it, it's called Shell. So the song is being sampled. So a lot of these groups are using R&B for their tracks because that's the real stuff. And you know, we never sampled our music. We went to the recording studio and recorded everything on instruments. We never used anything like computers and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's sitting there with an instrument and recording. So yeah, R&B, funk, soul, that would be the category that I would put us in. R&B, funk, soul.
Okay.
Before I get on to a real question, just a quick question for everybody. Obviously, you know you're a drummer, but have any of you learned how to play any other instrument at all?
I would say no. I wasn't maybe no.
Not even.
No, not even. I'm
Okay.
not really.
I used to like not used to like I didn't play it to like take it serious, but I used to like play the drums like when I was a kid too.
Wow. All
It
right.
has and mine had the little thing that I could kick under the bottom.
Oh
And
yeah.
you can make the beat under it.
Yeah.
And I could just start
All right.
like playing and stuff.
That's how it starts.
I didn't really, no, not really, like, music class, or
Wow. Okay, that's cool. And I know you're a TikTok influencer.
Yeah.
So is my son. You probably seen him. He goes by the name of It's J Main.
It's Jamie.
And he sits and he goes like this. He points up to different things. That's what he does. Jared Jermaine. You can look him up on TikTok. He's pretty popular. He's got about 6.5 million followers.
That sounds
Wow.
familiar.
So I want you guys to look him up.
J-Main.
It's J Main. His middle name is Jermaine.
Let's start
So he
there.
goes by It's J Main. Yeah, look him up. He's really popular. And I'm proud to say that I'm his dad and he's doing some really cool things. Yeah.
The next question I have for you is how long have you been living in Antioch?
Oh, probably about, say 25 years now.
Mm.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
it's a long time.
Have you, well, you said you're from, is it Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
Have
Pittsburgh,
you-
Pennsylvania, Canonsburg. What's up, Canonsburg? And we call it the Bird. That's right. We lived in Canonsburg, but you know, actually, our sister Charlene Edwins, she was the only one born in Pittsburgh. The rest of us were born in Washington. But we always say Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because a lot of people can familiarize themselves with that name.
But I was asking, what's all the places that you settled in before coming in?
Before coming to Antioch, well, I've lived in Pacifica, I've lived in Hayward, I lived in San Mateo, I lived in River City,
So, man.
I lived in San Francisco, I lived in Las Vegas. I've been all over the place.
Is this him?
That's him. That's right, that's my son right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys look alike. Like
Oh,
actually.
he better look like me, I hope he does.
Like,
Yeah,
Oh, what the heck?
that's my son, so he's
Oh,
doing some
pass
really
it.
cool things.
I want to see.
No, you totally saw him before. Sure.
Wait,
Have you seen him before?
Yeah, I seen him on TikTok.
Yeah, that's my son. So you guys make sure you follow him.
what's your favorite song that you had made, like, or played?
That I made?
Yeah, played. Yeah.
Oh boy, I got so many songs I don't even know if it's a favorite one anymore. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
what's
I like to say that they're all good, and I hope that
Uh-huh.
people think that. And I try to do
I think
different
I have.
genres, you know, and just because I like to write from my own head, I don't like to sit down and say, well, I want to sound like that song. So my songs are diverse. I actually have a country song that I did.
Really?
You know? Yeah, it's called Son of a Gun. Yeah, it's on my website, lesedwins.com. LESEDWINS.com. I want you guys to go there and buy some of my songs. I got about 40 songs up there, and they're all different. Even I put an album called Out the Vault. I decided to take, I probably got 1,000 songs that are things that are just sitting in a bin on the set. And I decided to release an album called Out the Vault, where I don't make any changes to any of the songs. They're exactly the way I recorded them back in the 80s. Flubs, mistakes, noise, everything, because I just want them to be real. Just the way I recorded them. I didn't try to master them or nothing, because that's what's interesting, to be able to hear how those songs were done back then versus what's being done now with all the computers and all that. We didn't have that back then. We used to record on what they call a Tascam 244 Porter Studio. Okay, and what you get is what you get. I mean, and I was like, well, you know what? Why do I need to redo these songs? They're good the way they are. Yeah, they're noisy. Yeah, they don't have today's mix and all that kind of stuff. But that's what's interesting about it, is that you get to hear those songs as I recorded them at that time, just the way they are.
I think that's what makes it special though. Because it's like more raw,
Exactly.
Rather than, today, obviously.
Exactly.
They make it sound a lot more different than it's worth.
Right, that's a perfect word. They're raw. So you guys check it out at lesedwins.com. Check out my Out the Vault album, as well as some of the other songs. You can see the difference between today's technology versus technology then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you ever experimented with different genres, like urban R&B, and then you said you did the country?
Yeah, I've always experimented. I don't even know if I call it experiment. Because I've heard a lot of people tell me, well, you got to do this because the drums got to sound like this for today's music, and snare got to sound like this, and I just don't want to listen to that. Because when I sit down and write a song, I want to write a song from my head. I don't want to be, I don't want to be Justin Timberlake, or I don't want to be any of those other groups. I want to be me. So I don't never listen to people to tell me, well, you got to sound like a certain genre. If I write a song and it just depends, and it turns out to be country, that's what it is. That's what you're going to get. And I'm saying, oh, this sounds like country, so I'm going to go ahead and finish that. If it sounds like hip hop, because look, these names and stuff that we're talking about was never something that we ever did back in the 80s. We didn't say, oh, we want to do this trip and trap and hip hop and this and all kind of stuff and grunge. We just wrote music. It's a song. You like it? If it makes you move, then it's a song. We don't have to sit there and say, well, this is hip hop or this, that, and that. And this, we never called our music any kind of certain name. We just wrote. So when you talk about genres, I don't really think in terms of genres. I think in terms of this is a song that I felt, while I was writing it, and the end result is what you get. And then you can call it what you want to call it.
I really like artists that kind of play around. I don't really like artists that are very strict on thinking. I think it's always great to be really open-minded to how you sound and
Exactly.
whatever comes out from that.
Well, if you listen to music today, everything sounds alike.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
why I listen. I'll try not to listen to recent.
Right. Now, if you go back to the old school, 70s, 80s, now you're going to start getting into people that created that music you listen to. Somebody had to think it up. They had to think the melody. They had to think the verses. They had to think the bridge, the breakdowns, And you're getting the real deal. You're not getting people that are sitting behind a computer using virtual instruments. We're talking about groups that are using real instruments, real drums, real bass players, real keyboard players,
Right.
real vocalists, no auto-tune and all this other kind of thing. It's the real rawness. I called it raw grit.
Raw grit.
And that's the way I like to record my songs, raw grit. I don't need the flavor up and a bunch of reverb on my vocals and this and that. I want grit. You get the rawness. And that's why music today is got to incorporate that rawness, because without that, it's just canned. I can listen to a song today and say, okay, that was AI generated, or that's canned music, man. So I mean, we're at a time in our life where you don't even know if the person wrote the song.
No, for real. Yeah.
With AI, you just go ahead and say, hey, I want you to make a song that's kind of funky. It's got a little hip hop in it, and it's got a little, maybe a little rock element, edge, and blah blah blah, right? And then boom, and then hit, create. And next thing you know, you got a song, and then you're gonna put it out and say, you did it.
Yeah, I've heard that they're being popular now. AI and music.
I mean, but how can you be proud of yourself for something you didn't do?
Yeah.
Right? How can you tell somebody that's my song when you didn't do it?
Even I think a lot of music producers, they will film TikToks, and they'll get of course the random drums, and they're all just doing it through the computer.
Right.
They'll make maybe one verse, and they'll record it, and then they'll put layers on layers on layers
That's
on
right.
their voice.
That's right.
They make it all within could be 15 minutes.
And that's good that you know that.
Mhm.
That's good that you know that and you can sense that part of it, because see, if you didn't know that, you're buying stuff like that thinking somebody did it. I mean, what do you guys think about today's music and how it's being done?
I just think that I mean, some people are still cool, but like some other people are just like their music now is just not really appealing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know another way to say it.
I'd say like you never know. Like people can be like stealing lyrics or something, you know. Like I really don't know because I don't really like. I listen to the same people. I don't really be trying to like. So yeah, it's just I don't like that cussing stuff. So like I don't like it'd be a lot of cussing when it comes to like people releasing new music and stuff. And I don't really like listening to that. So yeah, I be trying to find those songs that's like not cussing the most, like where you can like live, like live and like actually feel the music.
Right.
Yeah.
How about you now?
Oh, I feel like they're all kind of like recycled the same thing. Than other songs. It's just they're kind of different. So it's all the same thing.
Right. You know why? Because they're not using any creative mind. Everybody's trying to be the same as the next group. So there's no diversity in music today because it's like, well, this is what's selling, and so I got to sound like this one, and I got to sound like that one.
Mm-hmm.
So like he said, it's just recycled.
That's a girl.
Huh?
That's a girl.
Oh, okay. Well, excuse me for that. Yeah, they got the hood on, so I couldn't tell. But I tell you what, that was a very, very good explanation right there. I want you to know that was a very good explanation. Recycle. I like that. I like that. That's a very good definition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a lot of popular artists, a lot of people go crazy for, and they're like, oh, new album coming out, and I just don't listen to any of that. A lot of, like I said, currently popular and really high up there, especially like pop music, I'm really not interested in because it feels once again recycled.
Right.
So I always keep all my artists that I listen to from, very not modern, just anything from before 2000, maybe early 2000s.
Good point. Yeah.
I have one more question. What like keeps you motivated to like keep going and keep on doing what you're doing?
Because I was born to play music.
Mm-hmm.
I was born into this life. There's nothing else to do. I can't work a day job. I mean, I've done it. I've been doing music for 50 years. Been all over the world playing music. Japan, Europe. There's nothing that me and my brothers haven't done in this level of music, if you want to call it. We've done a lot of things, and I've worked jobs before and I've gotten fired because I just don't want to be there. And God knows I tried. I've worked day jobs back in the day, and I went to lunch and never came back. You know what I'm saying? Because music is what I've been born to do. And I'm gonna do this music thing until I can't do it anymore. Once it's in your blood and your family line, your bloodline, there's nothing else to do. There's nothing else you want to do. So I'm gonna be doing this until my feet are pointing to the sky, or either they put me in the burner, and what's left is nothing but dust. Right?
Okay, let's see. Have you met any celebrities and like celebrities like now, like Cardi B, Chris Brown? If you have, like, which one was your favorite, or like?
No, I haven't met any of those particular artists. I have met different artists. I mean, the family knows George Benson, if you know who that is. Back in the day, we opened up for the Rolling Stones way back in the early 70s. We've opened for quite a few different people. But I don't really get into all that because it's not really, it doesn't move me. Meeting celebrities don't move me. I've met a lot of them you probably don't know the names of back in the 70s and 80s, but I mean, it's wonderful to be able to meet that, but that's not what that's not my thing.
Right. Okay.
My thing is doing what I do. I mean, I can appreciate what they're doing, but they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do mine. So I don't go out of the way to try to meet artists because it doesn't pull me
Yeah.
to that direction.
I don't think it makes you like special to. Wow.
It doesn't do nothing for you.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot unless these artists are going to actually do something for you. I mean, it don't move me to take pictures with celebrities. It does not move me. I'm not into that because it's nothing. After I get done taking the picture, then what? So I get to post on my social media, hey, I got my arms wrapped around so-and-so star. What does that mean? If that star didn't come back and say, look, you know what, I want to listen to your music, and I want to do something with you, then we're talking about something.
Yeah.
But just to sit there and have a big smile on my face, man, it don't mean nothing because I'm standing against a star. I don't care about none of that. I don't really care about fame. I just love what I do. And if people appreciate my music, I play at Fisherman's Wharf as a solo artist to tourists, and people know me around the world, you know what I mean? But, I just love the fact that they love what I do, and I love them for loving that. I'm not about egos and all that kind of trick and stuff. If anybody out there is listening to this and know me that I'm me today, and I'm me on stage. When I get on stage and get off stage, I'm still me because it's just a job that I've been born to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? It don't move me like that. I just love making music and hope to make people dance and enjoy themselves. And if they love that, that's everything that I need right there. All the rest that comes with it, if it's fame, that comes with the territory. Sometimes you can't help that because in order to promote yourself, you have to be in the public's eye. So you can't get away from that. So you got to put yourself out there. So if you want to call it fame or whatever you want to call it, okay, that's just part of what it is. But that should not change you as a person.
Right.
Don't walk around with your head way out. And I know quite a few people. I know some celebrities that I know personally that I've known before they become celebrities or became celebrities. Their head's so big they couldn't get through 3 of these doors that you open up 3 of them, they still couldn't get in there. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people this, I'll meet you going up when you're coming down. So you can go ahead with your big head. But when I'm coming up, you'll be coming down. So go ahead and, and bask in your stardom and stuff like that, but you forgot where you came from.
Right.
And that's not what you want to do.
Never forget that.
You never want to do that. You never want to forget where you came from. Be real. I'm like under the ground. See, I'm not like way up on this thing. I'm anybody that knows me. I'm under the ground. I'm no different. I go to McDonald's too.
Nothing wrong with McDonald's. I love McDonald's.
I go to McDonald's and eat a burger. So hey, but then I could be on stage that night. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
It's best to stay humble.
Huh?
I said it's best to stay humble.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's a problem I think with a lot of people.
You got to stay humble in this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just a job. It's what you do. And people love what you do. That's a beautiful thing. But keep your head on your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want to tell you guys that because you're young and you're coming up. And I would love to see every one of you be something that you want to be. Because you're already somebody. There's no such thing as that I want to be. You are somebody already. It's just that you want to go for the goals in life that you want to go for. But keep your head on your body.
Stay passionate.
And you'll go a lot of places like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't take your friends and now you're big and all of a sudden now you don't know them and all that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Stay down, stay on the ground.
Yep.
Next question.
Are you guys want me to ask more questions?
Yeah, ask anything off the top of your head. This is what
on the
makes
top of my
it
head?
real.
I don't know. What's your favorite thing to eat? Let's do that. What's your favorite thing to eat?
Ooh. Well, I think probably at the top of the list for me would be spaghetti. I've
And
always
you
loved
put in
spaghetti.
sugar in your spaghetti?
Huh?
You put sugar in your spaghetti?
No.
It's a lot of people putting
I've
sugar.
Yeah, that's kind of
No,
like,
it's
what's that
a
place
lot.
called? That's kind of like Jollibee.
Oh, I heard that they do like sweet.
It's
spaghetti.
sweet, and it's sweet. It's good, but but for my taste buds, I mean, I can't agree with spaghetti with sugar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
You tried it?
I said it sound nasty.
Oh, I thought you tried it.
Yeah,
Like, you tried it?
No, I haven't tried it. It's people like I be seeing on TikTok and they be like, oh yeah, I be putting sugar in my spaghetti. I'm like, what? Ew.
I went to my friend's house the other day, and I think it was like her mom or somebody made like homemade French fries, right?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, hold on, let me put sugar on them.
I do that. I do that. I'm not even gonna be a
It
hypocrite.
wasn't that bad, but it was just kind of weird.
Wow. Well, my family, everybody cooks in my family. As a matter of fact, I want to shout out to my brother, Ron Edwins, Jeff Edwins, Myron Edwins, my sister, Charlene Edwins, my mom, Irene Edwins. She's 94. You know what she sings?
She does?
Oh, my God. What? Yes, and she can dance, too.
Mm.
You would not
Still
believe
dance?
my mom's 94, and she shake it down to the ground. You think she was 17, man. You know what I'm saying? Got to shout out to my son, Jared Gazarian, as we know him as It's J-Man on TikTok. All my relatives back east. Oh my goodness, the Gibbs family. All my relatives back east, man. We love you guys. And all my relatives, oh my God, I got a lot of relatives out there, man. It take me all day to name them. Lawrence Somerville, all my family back there. That's right. Angela, we know what's happening. What's up, Angela? She knows who she is. I mean, wow. And I got a lot of family out there. I don't want to start naming people because I would be here all day. So I just want to say all my wonderful fans on Facebook and all my wonderful friends in real life. I love all you guys and thank you guys for following me. And don't forget, I got a brand new show called Treasure Chest Rivalry. Okay, please friend request us or follow us on Facebook and TikTok. Treasure Chest Rivalry, and it's a great show with our stars Debbie Blazier and Tony Lynch. They own an antique shop, and I like to say they own a great shop. I don't like using the word antique because there's so many great things in that shop that are like new
I love it.
as well as antique, and it's called Rivertown Treasure Chest. It's at 306 G Street, right here in Antioch. And you can give them a call at 925-238-0090. Go visit the shop, please, because it's a great shop. We need to get the downtown Antioch going again, and that's what we're doing with the show. And it's a really great show. I want everybody to follow us, please, on Facebook, TikTok, Treasure Chest Rivalry, and go check it out. And don't forget to check out my music originals at EDWINS.com.
And since we're on that topic, where can we see your shows?
Well, that depends if you get down to Fisherman's Wharf. I play down to Fisherman's Wharf quite a bit, just doing a solo drum show and singing with tracks. I use tracks to play and sing over. And I'm usually there on the weekends, right there at Fisherman's Wharf. You'll find me right there at Pier 45, right next to the Musée Mécanique Antique Coin Operated Arcade. By the way, if you've never been there, that is a great shop, a great arcade. Musée Mécanique Antique Coin Operated Arcade. All right, check them out. I'm right next to that. And me and my brothers play as the EDWINS brothers. Okay, so you might find us at doing some gigs around town and various other places. So that's where you might be able to find us.
And make sure you listeners take a visit, and make sure you guys follow not only the all your social medias. Follow
Yes.
all of Les Edwin's social media.
That's right. You can find me, Les Edwins, on Facebook. You can find Treasure Chest Rivalry, Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow us. And I want to say hi to all your followers and your fans and listening.
We normally have a map up, but it's not here today. We are global, worldwide.
Wow.
A lot of people listening from all continents, countries. So
That's beautiful.
we're
That's
very
beautiful.
proud.
Well, I want to say hi to all your global followers and
Yes.
viewers.
Of
And,
course.
People.
wow. And
the numbers.
these guys are wonderful, wonderful interviewers, and I'm having a great time.
Oh, it's right here.
How you doing, man?
Good.
All right. Welcome. Yeah. All right.
Okay, I have one last question before we have to end this podcast because school in for us is 2:35. So what's your hobbies outside, like when outside instead of you doing like music, like or less you do music all the time?
Well, I teach martial arts.
Ooh.
I've been doing that. I'm a 6th degree black belt in a style called Kaju Kimbo,
Wow.
which is from Hawaiian. It's a Hawaiian style with 5 different arts involved into one. I do that. I like to work out and those type of things. And I just I like to travel. I like to go places because when I was young and playing music with my brothers, we went everywhere. So it's beautiful to be able to travel. If you haven't done that, just make that part of something you want to do. Because traveling and seeing other cities and other countries is really beautiful. So those are the things I like to do.
Should we go to my favorite?
Yeah.
I swear if I click the wrong button.
You are.
Up.
So
There you go,
very
right there.
top?
Yep.
That's funk right there.
Hello, thank you guys so much for listening. We hope that you guys enjoyed our amazing guest today, like Edwin. Make sure that you guys share around our podcast with you guys online. Of course, we like to grow our fans and everything. So we thank you guys so much for listening, and we hope that you guys tune in next week.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate
Of
it.
course.
Thank you. All of
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Okay, we shall see you goodbye.
Bye.
All right, you guys. Bye. Hope everybody's staying safe.
Wait. I just want to give a special thank you for Mr. Edwins for coming in and sharing some of your life stories and pearls of wisdom, and being a really cool guy to talk to. And I hope that we have you come back if you ever
Absolutely.
want. This classroom is always open to you, and maybe we can get some of that music to share out for our audience and help promote the music through our station. Because we're all over the world. I don't know. You see them back there, everything in yellow. People are listening, tuned in all over the
Wow.
place. And we've got about 30 people
Wonderful.
in Antioch and about 100 in the area that are listening to us right now. So
That's
we're
great.
hoping that we can get some
That's one big
music
impact.
that you produce, some of
That's
the
a
original
big
music,
impact right there.
and help promote you as much as we can. So I want to again thank you so much for coming in on a busy schedule. I know you are a busy performer.
King
You're
always
everywhere,
busy when he's
so I
here.
really appreciate it.
And I want to thank you. I mean, it's an honor to be here.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be here. I want to thank you. Let's give Ken McCUTCHEON a hand, okay, for having me here. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you having me here. It's an honor to be here. And
No problem. And I know Junior, he's one of my other students in my
all
second
right,
year.
Junior. All right.
He hopes to maybe get a chance to interview you another time.
Wonderful.
I think
Absolutely.
he would be really interested to hear your music
All right.
and talk to you about what inspires you, because he's a musician too. He
Oh,
does
really?
a lot of
Oh, right.
original. What would you call it?
I just like, when you listen to lo-fi, right? But you listen to drill. I've never heard of lo-fi and drill before. That's kind of how I do my music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That sounds cool, man.
Christian Emilio, my inspiration.
I like to hear that.
Christian
Yeah.
Emilio.
So we're gonna have a chance maybe another time soon to
Absolutely.
come in, and I'm hoping that we can maybe we got 1 minute, have YouTube go on our next time when we come in. We'll turn on the lights, we'll get everybody on camera. Maybe my junior here will help us put that together. So we'll talk later. But again, thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And you've been listening to KROR, Antioch High School Student Radio. We are a Tiki Man Radio inspired show, and we'll see you later. Bye. That is the
Bye-bye.
bell.
Bye-bye.
Time to go home.